Holy Ghost said, take your coat off. Because tonight you're going to use it out of the mouth. Holy Ghost. Come. Oh, breath of God. From the four winds of heaven. Breathe on the dead, that they may live again. Ezekiel 37. Somebody's faith's about to get up again. Somebody's joy is about to get up again. It ain't morning time because the sun rises. It's morning time when you hear the alarm clock and you get up. Psalms 57 verses 8, or Psalms 58 and 7, I believe, says, awake my glory, awake the paltry, and my glory awake early. Holy Ghost, I thank you somebody's glory is going to wake up tonight. By the way, even at 12 a.m., it's morning time. Don't be deceived by the darkness. Somebody's waiting for the sunrise, and God says you need to shout now, because it's the a.m. For somebody, it's already a.m. and you're waiting for daylight. Weeping endures for night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalms 30 verse 5. God, I prophesy it's morning time. Somebody, it's been M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, morning time, weeping time. Lord, I prophesy it is M-O-R-N-I-N-G. It's morning time, it's laughing time, it's joy time. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. Tonight the Holy Ghost calls for those that are tormented. Those who are emotions are like a roller coaster. When you're in a service like this, you're pretty much okay, but come morning time the next day or midday, afternoon, it's all chaos again. It's more low than it is high. And you have so paid attention and considered what's wrong so long and what had happened so long that has become your focus and has deteriorated your faith in His immensity. God says, come tonight, step into the shadow of the Almighty. And be made in the shade tonight. Somebody needs to come hang out up under His shadow and let the weight, the kabod of His glory, the heavy weight of eternity overshadow all that you've been so focused on for so long. You have focused on your infirmity. You have studied your own body. I hear the Lord saying that daily you focus so much on whether or not you're improving to determine whether God's moving. But time don't heal you. Jesus does. Again, the woman with the issue of blood in Luke 8, she suffered many long years and nothing but grew worse. But in an instant, immediately, it was all turned around. Time didn't make her better, time made her worse, but Jesus healed her in a moment. And some of us are so studying whether our body's improving or not to decide whether or not God's doing what He said. Some of us are studying our situation to the intent that if we don't see it improving or getting any better, we begin to wonder at His wonders and think whether or not God is doing what He said He was going to do. But tonight God says, I want you to walk out of here with the persuasion of Abraham. Be persuaded that if I promised it, I'm able to perform it. I don't want you staggering at my promises through unbelief. I don't want you weak in your faith, but I want you strong in faith, giving me glory tonight, not considering so long going on in your life. Some of you have just settled. I hear the Holy Ghost. Man, I can hear it. I hear the Holy Ghost saying somebody has just decided it's my will for them to live with it. He said they're learning to live with it. Tell them I don't want them to learn to live with it no more. Somebody has decided, amen, glory to God, that it's going to be this way always. It can't get any better. 1 Chronicles 27:1, David felt that way when Saul was pursuing him to kill him. And in 1 Samuel 27:1, David said, there's nothing better for me. Somebody feels just that way. You feel like there's nothing better for me. It's never going to be any different. It's never going to change. When God says, let me change you tonight so I can change the thing, because the thing that's keeping me from changing the thing is you. I got to change your mind. I need you to get this glimpse of me, the glimpse of my greatness, so they can overshadow all that you've been so focused on in your life that's going so against what you want it to be. And you've decided that even God can't even do this. So you've just learned to cope. You've even learned to cope with the dope. I just heard the Holy Ghost say, I'm going to deliver somebody from a substance tonight. And they're going to get addicted to this other substance called Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is evidence of things not seen. Come on, somebody. Now faith is the substance of things not seen. Or the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Somebody shout, faith substance. On every person in here that says, Brother Marvin, I feel like Psalm 61. I feel like David said. He said he has cried unto God from the ends of the earth. He's at his end. He feels like he's gone as far as he can go. He's cried unto you from the ends of the earth. And he said, Lord, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Then by verses 4, he said, you will cover me under the covert of the shadow of your wings. He stepped into a shadow that forever changed everything. It ain't all of you, but I didn't come for everybody. I come for somebody. You wear a mask. You smile, and you learn to pretend like everything's fine. But tonight, if you'll be transparent, you'll come up here and say, Lord, I know it's me, and I'm tired of hiding behind the shadows of an image. But Lord, I just open to you tonight. And I come. And I admit, it is me. I'm at my wit's end. I'm at my wisdom's end. I find myself saying more than once a day, I can't take it no more. I'm tired of it like this. Tired of it. Some of you even thought about killing yourself. Some even thought about, if I could just leave this world, that would be better than have to keep going through the same thing year after year, over and over and over. You're overwhelmed. I want you to know you're about to be overshadowed if you'll come from where you are now and stand in His presence. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. I will give you rest. Just going to stand right up. Stand right there. Come on. Praise God. Can't take it no more. That's it. See, if you ain't careful, you'll look at me up here and think, boy, I wish I could just maybe walk in what he does. But if I could lay this mantle down for just a moment, I'd be in the altar with you. But that is my mantle. That is my anointing. You know why I preach so long sometimes? You know why I minister in the presence of God so long sometimes? Because that's my excuse. From the torment and the attack and the physical and everything else that goes on all day. This is my high. That's why. I ain't about to disobey him for nobody. Where is the Lord God of Elijah? As we used our sweat towel the other night, our apron, our handkerchief, so we explained the same. My coat I'm about to use, this ain't God. Anointing did flow from Jesus' clothes, healed people. But now I'm not going to do this every night. If a preacher does, they've probably got into a gimmick instead of God. Our faith's not in this method. Our faith's in the Master. That God does use foolish things of the world and family lives. 1 Corinthians 1:27. And I clearly heard him. He said, take your coat off and use it as a man. I'm not going to slap you with it. Matter of fact, I don't even know what I'm going to do yet with it. But I prophesy, if God's in it, whatever I do with this mantle tonight, my coat, it's soaked with my sweat. It ain't clean. But Jesus spit on people and they saw who were blind. Whatever I do with it, if he told me to do it, you don't know it. Hallelujah. Holy Ghost. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Spirit of God. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Lord said, just go up before their eyes, because I want them to stop looking at everything. I want them to see me. God wants to be so big again that all you can see is him anymore. He don't want you seeing everything else. Holy Ghost. Now, Spirit of God. My Lord, Pastor Jim. Every time I stretch forward my coat, I literally feel like something come across my back. I can't even describe it. Hallelujah, Holy Ghost. Sister Michelle, after tonight, you'll no longer know war out. All you'll know is pour out. Sometimes people judge your shouting and your hollering, but they don't know the hell you're dealing with and what you're going through. They don't know all the grief and the pain and the tears and the stuff and the times you just want to run and get out of it, walk away from it. But God says tonight you'll never deal with it on this manner again. Not that you won't never see it come, but it will never affect you after tonight like it has up to this point, says the Lord. He's bigger. He's greater than what you've been seeing in your flesh. Just glory. He's bigger than what you've been seeing with your eyes. Somebody say there's more than meets the eye. I ain't never did this in 25 years of ministry. I've never had the Holy Ghost say just go up and cover their eyes. I don't want them to see it. I don't want them to look the same anymore. Holy Ghost, in the mighty name of Jesus. He don't want you to see it the way he does, or the way you do. Matter of fact, there's some things you see that God says, I want you to see them the way I do. I want you to see it my way, not yours. Touch, Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. Come out here, brothers. Let's get this. Hallelujah. Y'all will both y'all right out here. Somebody shouted, ain't the jacket, it's Jesus. I'll run it out while I'm He's larger than whatever your life has been showing you. He don't want you to see it the same again. He wants your perspective to change. The God of the suddenlies is about to arrive for you. What has took so long, God said will be done in a moment. Hallelujah. Come here, brother. I know you came up here too. What about the James? God said, I separate the godly from myself. Psalms 4:3. Favor don't make you fit in, it makes you stick out. You ain't supposed to fit in. What? Thank you, Jesus. Man, I just feel a gentle, peaceful move of the Holy Ghost. It's just a calm. Hallelujah. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Thank you, sweet Jesus. Thank you, sweet Jesus. Modern Christendom, especially Pentecost, we've been trying to always end on the high. I've heard it taught that way. Always end all our services, your messages, ended on people shouting in the street. Yeah, be a witch, be a manipulator is what they're doing. I ain't worried about what somebody thinks, whether they think it's great or it's not. I'm not no performer. Come on. Come here, Mom. Praise God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Woo, double portion of you over here. The Holy Ghost told me that morning. He said there's more hope for her than there is some of the other ones. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anyone's hopeless in God. Some, there's a religious spirit. And they think they okay and they ain't. Holy Ghost touching through in such a caliber, such a way